Hey, it's Leslie, and today I'm going to talk about the different products that I use to keep my produce fresh. If you're trying to eat healthy, you're going to need to eat a lot more fruits and vegetables. And the thing is, because they're a lot more expensive and they're not covered in preservatives, they go bad pretty quick. So you want to do your best to keep them fresh so that you're not wasting your money and ending up throwing them out by the end of the week. I'm in an apartment, so my fridge isn't that big. And I only actually have one fruit and vegetable tray. Like on all the other fridges I've had before, there's been one that's for fruits and one that's for vegetables. But this is just one bigger one. And I can only actually fit my apples, oranges, and grapefruits in there. So for everything else, I have to find other solutions. And because I don't want to just leave them out in the open in the regular fridge or just in the plastic that they come in all the time, I found these containers called Produce Savers. This is what it looks like. And it has a tray on the bottom. This just comes right out for cleaning. And the reason it helps is because when you have fruits and vegetables, they just sit right at the bottom or on the tray, and then any moisture will drip and stay on the bottom. So it's not sitting in its own moisture. So that's one thing that can help prevent it from going bad. The second thing is in the lid, you'll see like it has these things so that it doesn't close all the way. And on two of the sides, there's little vents right here so that it's not collecting the moisture too much because the air can still get out because it sits far enough on top that the air can still circulate. So from it not sitting in the moisture and keeping some airflow, that's what helps to keep the produce fresh. I use this for things like it has a couple different sizes. I have these two sizes. This one's much bigger. I'll use the bigger one usually if I have red peppers, because usually if I'll get 4 of them, that fits 4. Sometimes you have to kind of squeeze them in, but I'll use that for, what else? I'll use the small one. You can also use it not for fruits and vegetables. I use it for hummus, and I'll just take out the tray, and I find that keeps that fresh. Other things, a lot of berries. Like actually I have right now a big one that you can see has cherries in it. It's not full anymore, but it's because it was full and now I'm just getting low on them. So you can see, well, there's not really much moisture at the bottom, but it keeps them very good. And other things, strawberries or grapes, stuff like that, I find are really good to put in there. The other product that I use are called green bags, and these are the ones that I get. They're called Debbie Meyer green bags, and these are the ones I wasn't even looking for them. I happened to be in Walmart getting, I think, some Ziploc bags or something, and I found them, and at the time I was eating salads every day, so I had spinach, and I found it was going bad a lot. So I thought, you know, what the heck, I may as well try it. And I found it does help a lot. I've seen other brands, like not by her, and I've never tried them because I find these ones work, so I've just never bothered. I don't know I'm guessing they probably do the same thing, so I wouldn't necessarily say don't try them. But those are the ones that I know have helped with me. So I use these a lot. In each box you get 20 bags, and 10 of them are small, which are this size, and you get an idea from that about how big it is. And the large bags are this big, and they open up to be that large. So I use them for some different things. One for celery. I find in the large one I could fit 2 stalks, and tomatoes if I have tomatoes. This week I actually have my peppers in one of these because I only needed 2, so I didn't want to waste one of the big containers. As I'd mentioned, I'd originally bought the bags because I was eating spinach salads every day. I was on those for about 6 months, and then I switched to a soup for lunch instead that had spinach in it. And at first I was using fresh spinach still, but I ended up switching to frozen spinach because I found a bug in one of the spinach bags. So that was for about 1.5 years that I've been having the soup. But just last week, I decided to start having the salads again instead. So I've been having spinach, and the first week it went okay. I found a good batch of spinach. Last night, unfortunately, I didn't have as much luck, which really is my own fault because I do my grocery shopping in the evening, And if you can, it's far better to buy produce in the beginning of the day because it's a lot better selection and a lot more fresh. But that's when I went. So I didn't have the best luck. There wasn't really anything that looked that great to begin with, and everything I found, it expires, I think, within 5 days. But I needed a salad for today, so I bought a couple bags. So today I went through them, and they were already full of condensation, so really I should have done it last night. But by the time I got home, it was already 10 o'clock, and I hadn't had dinner yet. So I kind of just put it off. But it is far better to transfer them to the green bags right away. That way, it's just one less day of them going bad. So I did that today. And the reason I'm picky about having them fresh is because I find as soon as spinach starts to go bad, it kind of gets a sour smell, which I don't particularly enjoy. And the thing about spinach is that it's probably one of the most nutrient salad greens that there is for you. But it's also probably one of the most delicate, so it does take the extra care, which is why I find it beneficial to put it in the green bags to extend the life and stop it from wilting as quickly as it would in the normal bag that it comes in. When using the green bags, it's important that the vegetables are as dry as possible to begin with because that will reduce the moisture and help them to last longer. So when I'm putting spinach in, what I do is I lay out a few paper towels and then I gradually take little portions from the regular bag and spread it out on the paper towels so that it can dry off a bit. And then that way I also have a chance to take out pieces that are already wilted. It is a bit tedious to sort through it and make sure that there's not tons of wilted pieces that you're putting into the green bag, but I think it's definitely worth it. It probably takes me a little longer than the average person because I am extra picky and I really want to make sure that I'm not putting any of the wilted pieces because they get kind of slimy and just gross, so I try to really be careful that I'm not putting any of those into the other bag. So today it took me actually over half an hour, I would say at least, but if you get a bag that's already pretty fresh, it goes a lot more quickly. But today, because there was a lot of wilted stuff in the bag, it took a lot longer than it normally would. So these are the products that I use to help keep my produce fresh. I would definitely recommend that you try to find some containers or bags that are similar to that because you won't be wasting produce that's gone bad and it'll just taste better because it's more fresh. For this week's health-related articles, I actually found 6, and because there's so many, I'm not going to go into any details about what they are because they all have titles that are quite self-explanatory. So I'm just going to list them and then I'll put all the links in the underbar. The 6 articles are: I work out, I gain weight, what's up with that? Yikes, skimping on sleep can make you ... 5 ways to boost your metabolism. Not all nuts are created equal. How to choose the ripest fruits. And what's fresh? Is corn healthy or not? So definitely check out any of those articles that sound interesting to you. And for this week's lovely lyrics, I've chosen the song Today by Chantal Kreviazuk because it talks about how we always kind of put things off for tomorrow, but today is the day to really do it. So check out those lyrics below and have a wonderful week of health. God bless.